Hello and welcome to this review of the Magic Faraway Tree, a family film that has not been performing well since it came at the box office since Friday. Empty screens. Apparently it's got sequels planned because of the book series that it's based on. I doubt it's going to get any sequels because of the way it hasn't done well at the box office, but I think the main problem with it is the money advertising. If you don't advertise your film enough, voila, you're not going to make any buck at the cinema, are you? And I'm not too surprised. It's not one I would probably normally watch. I was a bit, shall I watch it? Shall I not watch it? Didn't seem to get any appeal for me to watch it. So let's dive in and have a look at this film. So it's a modern family that relocates to the countryside where the children who are glued to their devices, their VR headsets, their whatnot, taken away from all that and is in the countryside. There's also a magical tree with eccentric residents. They are transported to lands that are fantasy worlds and rekindling their family bond through adventures. It is adapted by the first book of the same name. Apparently there's books, so you maybe expect more films. Take that with a pinch of salt, because I don't think there will be any sequels to this. I might be proving one. We'll have to see how it finishes at the box office, which won't be for another 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 weeks. We'll see how it goes. It is quite a hit and miss story. Some tiny parts are very well written, but for most parts, it's very scrappy and rushed. I would say for its 1 hour 50-minute runtime, it feels incredibly rushed and felt they were really trying to get through each scene as quick as possible without the viewer being in the moment, being wowed by what they're watching on the screen. It lacks that imagination. There were families in there where kids were getting bored of it, and you don't. If you're watching a family film, you want to keep the interested. I don't think it's one for too young. I think it's one for young, not too young. I would say about 10, 11 to maybe 14, 15-year-olds, but adults can watch it too. I mean, if you were alive in the 50s or the 40s when the books came out, which I highly doubt a lot of you were, sorry, not sorry. I highly doubt that. Even my dad's not old enough for that generation. Anyway, there were a few plot holes with the film, including parents forgetting about a certain letter and sweeping it under the carpet, which makes the audience wonder, you're not even going to question that letter? You're not going to expand more on that? It feels quite stupid that they didn't expand on that in any detail. They just went, weird looks, move on with the film. I thought the film could have been 10 minutes longer. I don't think it was the right length. I think it was, even though it's an hour 15 minutes, it felt like it was about 10, maybe 15 minutes shorter than it should have been. Just because it lacked any depth, it was incredibly rushed. The acting was, again, like the story, hit and miss. In some parts, the acting was alright. And then other parts was a bit incredibly poor. The script was rushed with I will be honest, there were some scenes with profoundly stupid dialogue between the characters. I was sitting there I was sitting there thinking, what is all this about? Why is the dialogue like this? It's like I say, it's profoundly stupid. Anyway, between the dialogue between the characters. Anyway, the effects were for the type of film it is. Under past films, it's not very good. There's so much more out there. You've got Bridge to Telefipia. You have Nanny McPhee. It does sort of give the Nanny McPhee vibe, but it with the magic, but not in the full sense. But they're so much better in terms of the effects for the type of film it is. I'm just guessing because it wasn't made with a big budget like other films. Normally I wouldn't let it off with this, but I'm going to let it off today on this rare occasion that I am being nice. That doesn't come that easily. Overall, it's an okay film, but it's not a film I would see again ever. Unless further down the line they do double, triple bills if there's any sequels. I highly doubt. It's not that sort of franchise that will get cinemas to do double, triple bills for at all. This is probably going to be sequels. I put here there were sequels planned, hence the bunk series, but I'm going to be honest with you, I think it's incredibly unlikely that it's going to get a sequel at all with the way it's going at the box office. They released it at the perfect time, halftime, but it doesn't look like it's doing amazingly well. But on the other hand, Hoppers, my surprisingly best film of the year so far, is still doing very, very well at the box office. This is all till the 1st of April when the Super Mario Galaxy movie comes out, and we just know that's gonna absolutely do fantastically. Maybe as better as the first one, the Super Mario Bros. Galaxy. It's a me, Mario. Anyway, the score I'm giving it is 6 out of 10. And that's all I have to say on the film. Now, with how many releases there are coming up, as I've said in the previous video, it's entirely... Yeah, I'm going to be just releasing a video every 3 days until it slows down a bit. When the summer season hits, it's going to be a little bit more tricky with how I try and do these videos. It all depends how many. If there's 4 releases in a week, then I'm screwed. Unless I do double reviews in one video. Would people like to see that? Please comment in the comment session. That's a new one. Comment section to let me know if you would like me to do that, or if you just want me to keep them short, simple in one video. Also, let me know. Please like, subscribe, and recommend my videos to other people. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.